all have great memories of school, high school dances, but what about a zombie prom? Well, we're going to tell you more. Hi, I'm Maureen Russell Hodson, and this is Springboro. Here and there, we are here on set of Zombie Prom, along with our directors and our choreographer. We have our assistant director, Nolan Todd, and our choreographer, Isadora Carrick, and of course, our director, Mark Goodwin. And thank you all for being here.
Of course.
And Mark, I'm going to start with you because you've directed quite a few productions, and specifically youth productions here.
Yeah, I really like it. I like seeing youth blossom and grow and become involved in theater. It's such an experience as far as them being able to emote and get friends and everything else like that. So it's really great to see. And
these two are great examples, right?
Absolutely.
They've kind of come up through the ranks.
They have indeed. They've both been in youth shows for 7-8 years at least. I remember Isadora was in our Willy Wonka show.
Okay, way back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nolan has been in several of our shows, both the main stage and the youth productions. So it's really great to have them as my associates and give them the opportunity to show what they know.
All right, we're going to let you show what you know. Tell us about this show, because Zombie Prom sounds like, I don't know, it's not a horror film, it's a fun musical, right?
Right. So Zombie Prom is about a couple of teenagers who fall in love at first sight, but unfortunately our lead female, Toffee, her parents do not want them together. So in
classic story, right?
Of course. And in completely reasonable fashion, our soon-to-be zombie throws himself into a vat of nuclear waste. So that is quite the start to a...
That is not the classic story. That's
Correct.
the twist to it, right?
But, so after dealing with the loss of Johnny, Toffee goes through her whole, I'm gonna wear black phase.
Oh, okay.
And having her friends and her very strict principal named Delilah Strict, basically telling her to move on. But that's when Johnny comes back as a nuclear zombie. So for the rest of the show, it's about how Toffee and Johnny can go back to what things were, but Johnny's a zombie, so that can't really happen.
Difficult.
Might be a little difficult.
And it's set in the 1950s, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, all of the music has like this 1950s feel. It's very fun, it's very upbeat, it's a very heavy dance show.
Okay.
They do a lot of dancing.
A lot of dancing, a lot of singing,
a lot of
right?
singing and a lot of dancing. This show is primarily music, so, you know, they dance a lot, they sing a lot, they've all worked so hard. I'm so proud of all of them. But
what's it like for you to originally be on stage and now you're backstage and you're watching other actors do what you're kind of helping direct them to do?
It's rewarding, I want to say. I started here when SCT did Descendants, and that was my first community theater show. And I've been here for years ever since. Mark asked me to be his assistant director at the beginning of 2023, and I had been waiting for about a year and a half since then to prepare for this show. And since then, doing all these big main stage shows, just making new friends. But now to be able to give my experience both here and as an actor to this cast, to see them grow as actors and as people, it is a very, very rewarding experience.
How about for you,
No,
Isadora?
I'm so proud of all of them. They've all worked so hard, and like we've been kind of hard on them. You know, we want them to look good, we want them to be hard, and so we try really hard to like encourage them and make sure that they're all having a good time, because that's what this is about. Like at the end of the day, we want them to all have a good time and have fun and want to do it again. And like,
right, it's a great learning experience,
it
right?
really
You get
is.
so many skills that you gain
And,
from
like,
being on stage.
People walk away with friends from this for forever. Like we met in Descendants and we've been friends ever since. Which, you know,
He agrees with that. He's like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the cast, because we're saying they're young. Give us an idea about the cast and where they come from.
So we have, our youngest cast member is 12 years old, our oldest is 18. That's generally the range of youth shows.
Okay.
They come from all over the Dayton area. We have some from Waynesville, some right here in Springboro, Some of them drive all the way here from Englewood, so that's quite the trek for them.
It's a dedicated actor
Yes.
right there.
Of course, but as always, as we all are.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that theater brings in so many people from different walks of life, and I think that's one of the reasons that I fell in love with theater, is that you take all these people that you think wouldn't be friends in a normal setting or wouldn't like really interact with each other outside of like something like a high school setting, but this is something that connects everyone.
Crosses everything, right?
Exactly.
And you did all the choreography. You've
Yes.
got how many pieces here in this show?
There's about 18 dances in this show specifically.
Okay, and so how long does it take to come up with the dance?
Well, it depends. Like some of them are bigger than others. Some of them are very short, and they take me like 5-10 minutes to come up with. Some of them are very hard numbers that I don't like. There's a tango in this show, and I'm
nice.
not well versed in ballroom dancing, and I had to.
Luckily, we have Mark on hand. I
I had a lot of help. I had a lot of help from my sister, so she stepped up and helped me with that one. But that one probably took us like an hour and a half to come up with that dance alone, and so we spent a solid 3 weeks on just choreography for this show, which.
Because not only are these kids learning how to act, but they're also probably not all accomplished dancers
No,
either, so they
yeah.
have to learn how to dance,
Yes.
right?
Well, and it's the first time most of them have ever worked with a live band, and we're really fortunate
Oh, okay,
to have
yeah.
a live band as opposed to canned music too. And I just want to say I'm really proud of both Nolan and Isadore. They have stepped up. I have worked with lots of theater groups in and behind the stage and on the stage. These are the finest. young
Wow,
people
how
I've
about
ever
that coming
seen.
from this guy?
Yeah,
Very
they're
nice.
really great.
Well, let's talk about the show. When is it, and how can people get tickets?
So it runs June 20th all the way up to June 29th, those 2 weekends. The Friday and Saturday performances are at 7, the Sunday performances are at 2. The tickets can be found on Springboro's website, and
It's boroughtheater.org,
Correct.
right?
Boroughtheater.org.
yes. It's a show I think a lot of families will come to see to support their kids, obviously.
But it's also like what's a good
Yeah.
age or what's a good audience for you all?
Probably
Like-
13 and above.
Yeah.
There's some goofiness in this show.
Is there any like,
Yes.
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
there is?
Yes, there
Okay.
is.
That's
That was my
just
impression of
the
a
theme,
zombie.
so-
You
Perfect.
obviously
You're
knew
killing it. You're killing it.
But I think parents will enjoy some of the backside of some of the story too. So it's a show that everybody can enjoy.
Okay, so girl meets boy, girl falls in love with boy, boy becomes a zombie, and then chaos ensues.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Okay, and lots of dancing and singing.
Lots of dancing
Yes.
and singing.
Lots.
Okay, again, you want to go to boroughtheater.org for tickets. Starting time is a little bit different from your typical starting times, so this is 7 o'clock, so make sure you get here or else you'll miss the first act, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What's been the best thing about this production for you?
Getting to really work on a show and see a vision come to life, I think has been my favorite and the most rewarding part. To see a idea that I've had for over a year really come to life on stage. It is incredible.
My favorite part has been watching the kids from our first rehearsal to watching them like do the dances. I was sitting and I was watching it and I was like, wow, they have grown so much since our audition. And like it just fills me with pride to know that they all worked so hard to get there and that just watching them interact with each other and be on stage and just thrive. And it looks so good. It makes me so happy.
So people have to come and see it, but
Yeah.
Mark, I'm
Absolutely.
sure when you hear these two talk, you must be filled with pride as well. I mean,
am.
come on.
It is. I had great expectations, but my expectations were just overwhelming. They are so good. They are so good. And
So
this
we
is
got
such a
good talent
show.
here. You can't wait till we see what's
That's
going to be
right.
on stage, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Again, it's called Zombie Prom. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
It's lighthearted, singing, dancing, you name it. You're going to see it here. Get tickets at boroughtheater.org. For more information, you can also check out our website, ci.springboro.oh.us. Can we go out as zombies? I don't know. We'll do your best zombie.
yeah.
We'll say goodbye. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.